Today I'm finishing a few projects. I've got some junk journals that I want to finish because I want to get them out of my craft room, and I'm also making a Valentine's little scrapbook. I thought that might be nice to use some of these little hearts that I made in a previous video. So to start off, we put our mount board cover pieces. We're going to have front and a back and a spine piece. Doesn't matter what size you use. I've got videos showing various different sizes that I've made. This is a 4x4 square plus a spine piece, which I think is probably about 1.5 inches by 4 inches. The next stage was to cover the spine and partially the cover to join those together, and I use a fabric tape, and this is just a really quick and easy way to make your cover so that it's got some nice flexibility and is fairly robust. The next thing I did was I covered it in some fabric. I cut a piece of fabric that is an extra inch all the way around the cover piece, and that gives me enough to be able to fold in and then snip off the corners, leaving a small amount to be able to tuck in the corners. Then use a good quality glue. You could use things like matte medium glue sticks, fabric glue, bookbinding glue, that sort of thing. Now you can see that this has got a lovely shimmery look to it, and that's because I've used an acrylic paint which has some glitter particles in it, and that's these. I have got a video on these examining how good they are. Can't say I would buy these again, but I think for this it's not done a bad job. I've used a thin coat on the inside there just because I wanted a bit of a shimmer. I dry brushed a little bit on the outside, so that's given it a little bit of extra dimension. Not too bad. I'll let you make up your own mind. I'll link that video if you want to see it. So that's the Folk Art Extreme Glitter acrylic paint. This is cheap metallic paint, and I'm going to add a little bit to the edges to give it a bit of interest, to define the edges and to give it a bit of shimmer, because I want it to be quite shabby looking, rustic looking, but also with a bit of opulence, with a bit of shimmer as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add that now. You don't need a great deal when it comes to this sort of thing. Now you can use a brush. I'm not going all the way into the middle of the book, just to give it that sort of rusticy, shabby, slightly weathered look, but with a bit of opulence. So we've got that lovely shine, the shimmer, but it's not taking over, building up a bit of a patina, as it were. So I'm going to use another project that I did recently to cover the inside, because I don't want to restrict movement. The covers going when it's opened. I think that's quite nice. Now I will leave that to dry, but just to let you know, my next step will be to add the inside bits. Now I don't know whether you've seen the video, but I did video making these little lovelies, and at the same time I also made myself a couple of panels of page collage, and I'm going to use those on the inside there. I'm going to use some fabric glue. I think I will leave it for a moment just to let my acrylic dry properly first, and then I'll be back. Meanwhile, I will show you a couple of other books I've got on the go. I did a very quick video showing how I made this using mould and some air dried clay. This is a fabric covered book. This is what the cover looks like. I haven't put my signatures in yet. This is one I've just finished. It's been waiting to be done for literally years. And I've got all my signatures ready from some scrap card, and I've got plenty of pockets and tucks and things like that to add to it as well. So that's another project I've got, which I'll be finishing hopefully in the next couple of days. And also I've got this one, which I'm using up some signatures that I made years ago for a pastel themed junk journal that I made, and I had quite a lot left, so I've made some more up. So this again is a fabric covered, exactly the same as I did with the first one I just showed you, but I didn't add the fabric tape to this one. I painted it with acrylics. I used a thin polycotton but quite durable fabric to cover all of the covers, and then I painted it with acrylic, and I'm going to add a scrapbook paper which seems to be shedding glitter all over the place but is so pretty. I will be sticking that onto the internal covers, and then I'm going to be adding these lovely signatures. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. So I'm finishing some of my WIP pile and getting through quite a few, so I should have a couple of really nice junk journals ready to go very soon. So I've put my inside cover pieces and my spine cover piece. I just absolutely love this. I love the way that worked. I used some of this 3-in-1 Advanced Craft Glue. It's absolutely fantastic. It's great for fabric, and that holds it down really nicely. And you'll notice that I rounded the corner. I used my very old Woodware Craft Collection corner rounder punch for that, and I think that looks really cute. So I'm really happy with that. You could of course seal it if you want. I quite like the texture of it, so I'm not going to do any sealing on this today. But what I am doing now is adding my signatures, and I've got a video on how to make a template for your junk journals. Basically, it's a strip of paper that's the same size of your spine. You fold it in half and then fold each side into the middle crease, and then do the same the other side, and then the intersecting points that they're the places that you're going to punch through. And I use a mat there and an awl my holes in the spine of the book, and also I use the same template and just line it up so that I can punch the holes in my signatures. And for this book I have used, like I did in my other video, I'm just using packaging paper type stuff. It's recycled brown paper, and it's absolutely brilliant. I cut them into signature size pieces, and in order to make my signatures I basically use the same size as the cover but double it, and then just trim a little bit off so that I know it's not going to be sticking out the edge. Now I'm going to bind my signatures in. Now I'm using some baker's twine because it's surprisingly strong. I usually cut pieces 3 times longer than the height of the cover because I'm only doing a 3-hole stitch, so you don't need a huge amount. I'm going to go in from the inside today. I'm going to poke my needle through and then go through to the outside of the book. A good strong needle does help with this, even though I've punched the holes with the awl, and that's going to leave my tail on the inside of the book. So I want the tail to be sat there because I'm going to tie my knot in the middle. Then I'm going to go back. It doesn't matter whether you do top or bottom, so I'm going to go in from the outside to one of the other holes and then back into the signature hole. It does help if you use a paper clip to hold them together, and I haven't done that, but that's actually a good tip. So just make sure your tail doesn't go through. There we go. And then this one, once you've pulled that through, you're then going to take that back up to the very top hole or the bottom hole, depending on which way you did it. Go out the book along the same row, pull that through, and then we're going to take it back through the middle hole. I'm going to push it through first. So I'll push it through first and then I'll take it through the signature. Back through to the middle. And now I've got both of my tails on the inside of the book. Take one strand one side of the inner cord, and then one side the other side. Pull that nice and tight so that it's not moving around too much. Make sure that all of your strands on the back are nice and tight. You don't want baggy loops or anything. And then just take your cord, your baker's twine, whatever it is you're using, and knot it so that the knot is in the middle and it's nice and strong. Then you can cut that as short as you want. I do have other tutorials on my channel that show you how to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and add my other signatures. So I've only got 3 in this book, and then I'll come and show you what I'm going to stick on the front of it. Now, if you've seen my other video on making these lovely glossy hearts for Valentine's, these embellishments, then you might want to consider using these for your junk journals. I've added some of the baker's twine to this to keep it consistent, and I have pushed one strand through the middle binding, the other one on the other side, and I'm going to tie a knot, a double knot, and then tie a little bow, and we'll see how that sits. I'm going to do a double knot on the bow, so hopefully it won't come undone, and that's awesome. Isn't that cute? So there you go, there's a use for those little dangles. Now on the front I did make one with a lovely turquoise blue around, and I think that is absolutely adorable. Now I need to find a really good glue to use on this, so I'm going to use my Trim It embellishment glue if I can find it. Here we go. So this is suitable for beads and sequins and rhinestones and things like that, and it holds things really, really well. But I might do a bit of a double whammy actually. It's quite absorbent on here. I'll put plenty on there. I'm just going to go in with a double whammy of a little bit of this extra craft glue as well. It's 3 in 1, and I'll put that around the edges, I think, and that will be enough to hold that in place. So there we go. And doesn't that look absolutely stunning? So I love that. So there we have a gorgeous finished little junk journal. That didn't take long to do, did it? I've got my lovely little dangle on the side, a gorgeous embellishment on the front. I don't knock that off, and it's using lovely recycled paper and my little collage music sheet project on the inside as well, so I'm really pleased with that. That's lovely. So thumbs up for that project, and I'll get on finishing the other ones that I showed you, and then at some point I'll show you all of the ones that I have made. But for now, that's enough. Thanks for joining me. Give me a thumbs up, and I shall see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.